starting?
I don't know.
Is this thing on?
Is this? Yes.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hi, we're the Girls in the Yarn Cafe.
I'm Trysten.
I'm Christy.
I'm Christy's daughter.
I'm Tristan's mommy.
I really am her daughter.
And I am really her mom.
Oh my god.
Why do people not think that's true?
I don't know.
Or do they just not hear that part?
I don't think that's kind of why I wanted to say it twice, because it's so funny. We'll
so
go
many
places
people
and meet people, and they're like, I had no idea you guys were related.
We're
Are
mother-daughter.
you sisters?
I
I'm
birthed
no,
this
I swear.
child.
I came out of this.
Yes,
Like,
she came out of me.
I know she's tiny, but...
She did come out, and I raised her. I can vouch for that.
No, I was
stories.
like... I peeled on out of there,
She
so...
peeled out of me in 3.5 hours,
Oh my
start
God.
to finish.
You're welcome.
No epidural.
You're welcome. I just got out of there.
No
but-
epidural. No epidural. Never
okay,
had
they
one.
get it. You're badass.
I am a badass. For children with no epidurals,
Oh my god.
all natural
I
children.
would get all of the things.
Does that explain a lot? That I'm a coward about putting needles in me? Only in that part. That freaks me out. That's why I didn't ever
I
get
don't
it.
even care.
Okay, anyway, well, let's not talk about that. Tristan doesn't like that kind of talk.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh no, I was gonna say they can stick me wherever as long as I can't feel that kind of crap. Anyways.
Oh. But you don't want to hear about other people's stuff.
No.
No. So welcome to our podcast here in Payson, Utah.
But it's not about birth.
Not about birth. Not about needles.
Except these needles.
Only knitting needles.
Oh my god.
That was good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, we're the Girls in the Yarn Cafe.
I already said that.
Oh.
Where the hell have you been?
Over here, not paying attention.
You haven't been at my house.
I know. Well, except for Christmas?
Christmas time you came
bit.
over.
Okay, because the last time that we've seen you guys, it was right before Rhinebeck.
Yeah.
In October.
That was so long ago.
It hasn't been 7 months, though.
No.
We did better.
It's been a couple months. Welcome to 2020.
I know. I feel like this year is going to be so good.
I got new glasses.
Finally. Seriously, when you told me that the other day, I'm just like, Mom, I'm so happy for you.
Oh my gosh, not to be like a Debbie Downer. And if your name's Debbie, I'm sorry. That's rude.
I know.
Sorry, my hair's
We know a few
bugging me.
Debbies.
I need a haircut. We were just talking about
We need a haircut.
we need haircuts.
We need haircuts.
Yeah. My glasses broke in November, and I had to do pattern designing in December. And I did so much knitting in December with my old glasses, I wear bifocals. These are bifocals, so that I can look down and see close up. My other glasses, I did not have that, so I'd have to do this thing. Or take them off to knit, because I could not see close up.
Oh my god, that would have driven me
So
crazy.
Oh, it was awful, so...
And they couldn't get you in for so long anyways.
Nope, I tried to get an appointment to get new glasses. My old prescription had expired, and they were like, this was the end of November. And they're like, well, we have an opening on January 15th. I'm like,
No.
excuse me? My glasses are broken. Like, I can't see. Gosh,
Did you get it?
like, I don't know. I just shouldn't look at me. Okay, but yeah, no. So anyway, that was the glasses story. I finally got my new glasses just a few days ago. They came in.
And they're super cute.
They're so cute. They sparkle.
I love that.
They have red sparklies on them, and I think that is so fun. I always have to have a little bit of...
Bling.
I like to have bling on them. My last ones had little diamonds on them, and I love that.
Diamonds or rhinestones?
I'm not going to tell.
Mm.
No, they were cheap-ass fake ones. But now I can see.
Good.
I'm still adjusting to them after wearing my old glasses for a month, for 5 weeks. Yeah,
And can we just talk about your designing all those, 24?
48. I did 2 advent calendars.
I was adding 12 and 12. I'm like, I got that math right. But no.
No.
You did it for 24 days for 2 different
I
weights
did
and-
2 advent calendars. They were mystery knit-along, make-alongs.
that you've done 2 years in a row now.
Last year I did the 24 days of socks, of mini sock ornaments. This year I decided to do garments,
And just...
which included some socks and some mittens and hats, and
Can we just talk
then
for
they
a
got
second?
then they got a little crazy at the end. I started getting real creative.
I know. I'm like,
And-
who are you, Martha Stewart? For
Holy
freaking...
cow.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just... No,
And a lot of people participated. So everybody
Yeah.
that participated or even just purchased,
oh my gosh.
thank you. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot along the way. I had a few days where I got emails, people saying, there's a little mistake right here. And I'm like, okay, thanks.
Well, that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's going to happen when you're doing 48 of them.
And you're probably, like, finishing the day before.
So a lot of them I finished the day before, trying to type them up and going over them, making sure that everything was good. Taking pictures. You did DK and a fingering,
I
did a fingering weight one and DK weight one, and they're still available.
Oh,
Do I want to show some of those?
I want you to show them off, because this is a little ridiculous, you guys.
I'm just going to show you the ones that got a little crazy towards the end. I'll show you my favorite.
And you can do your announcement, too.
Which announcement do I have? Oh, yeah. I got Mohair still in my eye.
Mohair
So
everywhere.
this one was my favorite one. Should I put it on my little thingy?
Yeah. She got a thing.
I got some really
God.
cool
And you
things.
sell those in your shop now, too,
I do sell these in my shop. 1 second. I can feel a Mohair trying to intrude in my eyeball.
Intrusive mohair is never fun.
Seriously, Mohair everywhere. It's so bad.
Do you think it's because we're both knitting with mohair and the mohair's flying?
It's flying all over. Okay, it's better. I made a Mrs. Claus dress with a little apron, some embroidery on it, but I got these little mini dress forms that I'm now selling in my shop. So they're just these little, they're beautiful. I love how they look. And they're a hard plastic, like they're not flimsy at all. And they're 2 pieces that come together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're nice. So this was Mrs. Claus, and I had made a Mr. Claus a few days before.
A Santa?
Yeah, I didn't even weave in the ends on that.
Who weaves in ends?
Whatever, yeah. So I made a Santa Claus and a Mrs. Claus.
You were getting all kinds of fancy.
And I made an elf tuxedo. Right?
I love that one so much. Just the one with the coattails.
I know, the little coattails.
I thought it was a onesie for, starting out.
You know what?
And I'm like,
it could totally be a onesie.
It could totally be a onesie.
So I did that one. Oh, and then this was, I think, the last day.
I love that.
I made a cute little robe.
I want one in my size. If you could just grade up that pattern for me, Mom.
Look at that. I made little baubles around the top. And
these all are standard Barbie size, right?
Yeah, they all fit Barbie. This one's this would be a slutty Barbie size, though, because it's a little short.
Freaking A.
But I put little baubles down the button band, and around the cuffs, just to add a little flair. So those were...
Seriously, I remember, I don't even know. Oh my gosh.
You don't even know what?
I just started freaking out in December when I'd see all these little patterns coming out. I'm like, where the hell did she come up with that?
I don't know.
That's not something I'm used to.
I actually
kept doing these, and they were all so amazing.
I just found things online, like pictures of Santa Claus and pictures of Mrs. Claus, and going,
I love that Mrs.
I wonder
Claus
if I
dress.
can make a dress like that cartoony photo.
And now you just have to size up all the patterns for human beings.
And then after the 24 days of Christmas was over, I was having so much fun making miniature clothing, just miniature outfits and stuff.
A mini kick.
And this was and so on Christmas Day, okay, let me talk about my Christmas. We had the kids over, so I had my 3 of my daughters. My 4th daughter lives in Arizona now, so we did a FaceTime with her and her boyfriend, and we opened presents. And then after everybody left, we went up to Salt Lake to see Vaughn's kids. And Vaughn hadn't given me my Christmas present yet. And honestly, I thought he had gotten me tickets to this one thing coming to town, a ballet thing, because I love going
Which we should go to.
Oh, that would be so fun. And so we get home, and he's like, I've got your present, and he brings it over. Anyway, I had to close my eyes. He ended up proposing. So we are now engaged.
I'm going to have a new daddy.
You have a new daddy. Well, we've been together for over 5 years.
Yeah.
So, and we own
cats.
We own cats. We own a house,
Tractor.
a farm. That's what he said. He's like,
That's a
we own a
huge thing.
tractor together. So anyway, I was very inspired after that. So I decided to knit a little wedding dress.
And it's so cute.
Little ruffly
I love the ruffles at the bottom. And then you've been doing embroidery on them too, which is killing me.
The little, I just winged it. I used to do a lot of cross stitch and embroidery and stuff. And I just did that. I didn't do duplicate stitching or anything. And then I thought that one turned out so cute. I'll make a little party dress.
For the reception.
Just for fun. I made a little party dress, a little mini. These patterns are online, by the way.
They're so cute.
And then I made a little halter a halter
See,
dress.
that's the one I would be wearing.
And it's got like a poofy back end, like the olden days.
Like a bustle.
A bustle, yeah, that's the word. The bustle.
I love that.
With more embroidery on it. So they all turned out really cute. There's a pattern. All 3 of them are included in the pattern online. So if you like making Barbie clothes for your kids, there you go. There's some Barbie outfits.
Or if people like making samples, instead of just making like a swatch.
Yeah, you could make little
like
miniature.
little mini ones.
Like we did. We did socks
Oh my God.
that one year.
I would definitely hire someone out to do that, though. But
that was a lot. I enjoyed doing those, actually. Those were
But they were all the
fun.
same.
Yeah, they were all the same.
I would like a little
that's
variety.
True.
But yeah. And congratulations.
Thanks. We're excited.
so excited.
We're not going to... I know everybody's going to be like, do you have a date set?
Are you going to knit your wedding dress?
No.
No.
We are going to probably have the wedding here in the shop. In his great big shop that's like 3 times bigger than my house.
We're going to decorate. We're going to go shopping.
Yeah, and we are not doing
planner.
it for another like year. It's going to be in 2021 in the spring probably, because we have a lot. We want to get a lot of stuff done on the farm before we have people over.
Yeah,
because we're going to need, we have a lot of parking space.
Oh yeah, you'll be fine.
We have a ton of parking space. But anyway, so that's my news.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I was a little surprised. Not that I didn't think he would ever propose. What's the matter? Do you hear my cat?
There's a demon cat.
He's not a demon.
She also got a new cat. Aww.
I got a new cat named Murphy. Oh, that's one thing that did happen that was sad is my 14-year-old cat Scatter passed away. He had been sick since June.
Yeah.
And he just
took off and on.
It was before Christmas too that it happened. And it was really heartbreaking. We actually took him to the vet to see if he needed to be put down, and he actually passed away in their exam room.
Yeah.
So they were so sweet to us, though. They were so sweet. I mean, if you've ever lost a pet and you've had to have one put down, these guys, they were so sweet. They wrapped him all up for us nicely, and it looked like he was sleeping, and it was very sweet. And it was hard, but he was sick, and it was, he was old. But the most heartbreaking thing I was telling Trysten earlier is my other cat, Satan. They had been together for like 14 years, and Satan has his name for a reason. He's not the most pleasant cat.
He likes me, though.
Yeah, he's nice to certain people, but he's not very, he just isn't very social.
Yeah.
And we didn't know how it would affect him. And he has been at night just crying these guttural cries, and I have been crying like every night, just being like, it's almost like he's like, where's Scatter?
Because like Scatter was the only cat he really let.
Well, Roger was around him, but he didn't like Roger.
Yeah. No, they didn't get along.
No, but him and Scatter, they had been together they're not related. They're not brothers.
Yeah.
But they had been with each other for a long time. So anyway, that's still very heartbreaking at night. And sometimes in the morning I'll hear him, and it's very difficult. But I don't mean to be sad about it, bring everybody down.
But you also got Murphy.
And then we got a new cat before that. We had gotten Murphy in October, I believe, around before Halloween.
After Rhinebeck.
Yeah. And he's a little cat that is so much fun.
He's a playful little
He's
dude.
very fun to have. I've enjoyed having him. He's been very fun. So, yeah. And that's what's been going on in my life.
Yeah. Oh, but speaking of, because it was after Rhinebeck, we went to Rhinebeck.
We went to Rhinebeck.
And we haven't podcasted since then. And we met so many fun people. And our friend Carly came down from the UK.
Hi, Carly.
And stayed with us. Hi, Carly.
We miss Carly.
And Crystal was in the house with us, too.
Crystal was our roommate, our friend Crystal, and Molly of a Homespun House. We hung out with her a lot.
Oh, yeah. We kept stealing her.
Kidnapping
her.
And
Christy's house.
Yeah, and she was a lot of fun. I miss her too. We had so much fun. We had the cutest little bed and breakfast.
Oh, I know.
On the Kingston side of the river,
which we'll be staying again this year. Not at that place, but on that side.
Yeah, no, it was a really cute little bed and breakfast. It was like an old house, and I mean, I thought it was nice. And
I loved it.
I
thought
did
it was
too.
perfect.
It had a lounge area, and I mean, it was really cute. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and all of the fringe events. We were the Tiny Bouncers again at Needles Up.
And Needles Up, we were
with Sue and Chelsea.
Tiny dancers. We will dance.
That's kind of where I got the name from. We were the Tiny Bouncers.
We were the Tiny Bouncers.
I was hoping you were going to come up with a song for us, but
I could. I mean, right now I could. But
I know you could.
Yeah, so we did that, and then we didn't go to Indian Tangled. We did not get tickets for that.
We were vending when they went on sale.
Yeah, we missed out on purchasing tickets. But we did go to Christy Glass's event.
Oh my gosh, the Yarn Bazaar.
The
Rhinebeck Yarn Bazaar.
Yes.
Which was...
That was so crowded
and fun.
But it was not. It was pretty well done.
It was really well done.
Yeah, there was a lot. I think there was more people there than I think they expected.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good amount of people, but I discovered a vendor that I absolutely love. And
Seriously.
her name is Tanny Casey. I don't know if that's her name. I think it is, but that's the name of her company is Tanny Casey. Mm-hmm. She sells bags, and I have one right here.
They're so well made.
So well made with
oh my God.
Canvas, waxed canvas, and so reasonably priced.
The price point.
This isn't the one I bought there. I actually ordered this in one of her shop updates after.
Mm-hmm. I've been tempted a couple times too, but then I'm like, I just bought like 4 bags.
The one I got, I don't remember which one you got there, but the one I got is made out of like actual
upholstery fabric.
And it's like almost like embroidered.
Yeah, and it's like 70s
brocade-y.
colors.
I love it. Yeah.
I love it.
So Tanny Casey is one I discovered there. I think that was the only purchase I made while I was at Christy Glass's event. I don't think I bought anything else that I can think of.
I got some things I got a bag from Beautiful Sister.
Okay, that's
bag company, and they're on Etsy, and I love their stuff. And it's actually that bag.
Oh, okay.
That style.
Do you want me to show it?
Yeah, if you want to grab that. It's a walk and knit bag, and I have
Trysten gave this to me for Christmas.
So you have it on your arm, you walk with it, and you can fold these down and have this around and make it like a yarn bowl.
Very origami.
Yeah, it's very origami, but I have like 3 of them now. And I love them.
And I've been using mine.
Yeah. And they're I'm doing a Spellman sweater knit along on my Instagram and my Ravelry and stuff, and they donated some bags for it, and I'm really excited.
That was nice.
And I also got to meet the girls from Nomadic Knits again, and I got their book and I got it signed. And then my card wasn't working, so I actually paid them on the hill. I brought cash.
Is it because you were out of town?
Yeah, it was because I was out of town. That's never happened to me before.
That
I even went to Edinburgh,
and
they were like, "Oh yeah, your bank is like."
Every trip, my bank is like, "What?"
They're sticklers. They're like, no. She's a homebody. She doesn't go anywhere.
She doesn't leave her house.
She went 3 cities over.
Salt Lake City. Someone stole that sucker.
But yeah. So yeah, I actually brought cash the next day and paid them on the hill.
Yeah, we saw them on the hill, and that was fun chatting with them.
No, I love that.
If you haven't picked up a prescription
of Nomadic Knits,
get your prescription.
You will get addicted.
Your subscription.
It's an addictive substance.
It's very cool. What they do, their magazine is they go to different areas for each issue. Yeah, is a different state, and so. When we did Maryland Sheep and Wool, when we were in Maryland, they did a Maryland version. And I don't know which one was the most recent one that came out. Was it the Maryland? No, I think it was.
No, that was the one before. I can't remember. Kentucky?
Maybe.
But
it's very well done with beautiful photography and local stories and then designs.
I love that book so much. But yeah, cool. Nomadic Knits, that's a really, really good just knitting pattern book to get. So we got to meet them, and then we went to dinner. And this is all on the Friday before the events even start. These are all the fringe events.
Yes.
But Rhinebeck, as always, was beautiful and amazing.
Well, and then didn't we go later that night after Christy's event? We went to her knitting night.
Oh my gosh, that thing was packed.
And that was packed, but it was fun.
She put so much effort into that. That was such...
I was chatting
a great event
with some ladies at our table. I don't remember where they were from, but just sitting and relaxing. But it was very crowded, and poor Christy, she was just overwhelmed. I
don't think she slept in like 48 hours.
I admire Christy Glass a lot. She works so hard. She takes on a lot,
and she also accomplishes a lot.
She pulls it off, but seriously. I mean, she's probably so exhausted after that. Yeah. And then the next day we did go to Rhinebeck, and the weather wasn't it good?
It was perfect. It was like a perfect weekend.
Weather to
wear. Oh my gosh! I think Sunday.
A sweater.
Oh no, Saturday it rained a little bit off and on, or there was puddles or something. But
yeah, but no, it
wasn't bad. It was so nice, and we got to all wear our knits.
Sunday, I think it did rain.
That's right. Yeah,
it was
Sunday
our
it
last
rained a little
there.
bit.
Yeah,
because we always stay through until Monday we go home. Because Sunday is such a good shopping day.
Sunday is so much less crowded.
Oh my gosh.
You can get into a lot of the booths.
I mean, you can probably get into a lot of the booths during the podcaster meetup on the hill.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if you ditch that and then just go shopping, you'd be fine.
Yeah, because we did that, and that was pretty pretty crowded. That was a lot of fun, though, too.
I always love the podcaster meetup. I love seeing everyone.
And Rhinebeck is one of those experiences I think I've talked about before that when you're there, it's a lot of fun. But when you go home and you think back and you're like, that was just, the feeling of being there. And then the experience, a lot of the experience happens after the show, after when you go back to people's houses that they've rented or hotels.
Yeah, Rhinebeck is definitely more about the people than it is like the actual wool.
Yeah, and you meet people that maybe you've talked to online for years, and
like I know Carly, like she got she had people asking like, that's all you got? You went to the States and that's all you got? And it's like, no, it's not It like
you can get yarn anywhere.
You can get yarn anywhere though, but it really is about like hanging out, meeting people, making those connections, making those friendships, enforcing and like renewing old friendships. Like
I still think my favorite night was when we all sat in the little lounge area in our bed and breakfast. And do you remember in the couches out in the living room? Molly came over and
we
Carly
went and got food from next door.
Yeah, you guys went next door and got food, and I mean, we just sat there and chatted.
That was great.
Till late, and that's to me that is just so fun. It's just hanging out. You don't have to worry about doing dishes. You don't have to worry about anything that you would worry about at home. So you can just chill, knit, talk, get to know each other. It was a lot of fun.
It's so much fun, and we already booked our room. Or we booked our place. We got our
plane tickets. And
we got our person. So we're Hannah from the Corner of Craft podcast. And
she's got so many subscribers on her YouTube.
I know. She's kind of amazing.
She's popular.
She's so popular.
I can't believe she's staying with us.
She's so excited. And we did a 4-hour video chat the other day, just hanging out and talking shop. And she's so excited. She's never been to the States before.
I know. I'm so happy that she's coming.
And she's flying into our airport same day. Flying out same day.
Our airport that we own.
That we own that airport.
I got it.
But yeah, we're going to be having her stay with us. And I'm so excited. And we got the cutest little place in Kingston. So we are prepped and ready to go.
Locked and loaded.
With Hannah.
And I think I did the car rental too. I don't remember.
Did you?
I don't remember if I've done it yet.
I think you did.
A lot happened in that day.
So we're going to Stitches next month too.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be at Stitches West if you guys are going.
Anyways, so for Stitches West though,
yes,
we'll be doing our podcaster meetup because we were looking on the website and we couldn't find anything really specific for Stitches West.
There might be another one happening. I know that there's some audio podcasts that go, and so they might be having something, but I don't know when it is.
Some other podcasters.
Yeah, I don't know when or where. So
and we don't know who's going this year.
No.
But so we'll be doing our podcaster meetup in the lobby of the hotel at noon.
Yep.
And come see us. Come say hi. We'll be on the couches, hanging out, knitting, getting to know people.
Yeah, and come say hi because we don't want to take up too much of their space for too long either. Yeah. So we probably will only be there for 30 minutes or so, maybe 30 minutes to an hour, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
And so
I know me and my food.
Yeah, because we'll probably want to eat. You guys will probably want to eat. So just come at noon and say hi, and
we'll be sitting and knitting and hanging out.
It will just be mixing and mingling and there may be other people that you can come say hi to too. I don't know who else is going to be there.
I really wonder who's going.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard rumors, but I don't know if they're confirmed.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want to spread those rumors, but
no.
Yeah, we'll see on that one. And then I know I had some people reach out and said that they weren't going to be there on Saturday. So if you see us walking around, as always, we love meeting you guys.
Yeah, come say hi.
So just come say hi. Even if we're shopping.
Yeah, we might be together. We might be separate.
Oh, yeah.
Because we,
Ooh, shiny things?
Yeah, we tend to split up.
And conquer?
We do tend to split up and go talk to people and do our own shopping, too.
Yeah, because my friend Tanya's going to be there, and I really am so excited to see her.
There's going to be so many fun people to say hi.
She's from Canada, and I've never been able to meet her yet. Canada. But yeah, so that one's coming up. I'm leaving tomorrow. To California as well.
Yes. What part? Do you know?
I'm going to be in Pacifica. I'm going to be at the Royal Bee Yarn Company. And I'm so excited. I'm doing a trunk show Friday and Saturday. And I'm coming back home on Sunday. But there are so many people coming out. And I'm so excited. And it is such a cute little... Okay, I need to go through a couple of the things I've been doing. But it's such a cute yarn shop. Because we did Stitches Salt Lake City.
Yes.
And I got to meet... Well, we both got to meet the owner behind Royal Bee Yarn Company. And... I love her. She invited me out to do a trunk show, so I'll be doing a trunk show this coming weekend. And so when this is published, it'll probably be close to the weekend.
Yes, I'm going to try to get it up tonight or tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Try really hard.
And I'll be on a plane.
You'll be gone.
I'm super excited. There's I know I get to meet a lot of people coming out, like a lot of other yarn dyers and some designers local to the area, and then just some amazing customers who've been able to support me for quite a while now, actually. So I'm really excited about that. But this coming year for me is more about like meeting my customers, meeting the people who personally support me. And so I've been trying to book things to go places, and of course going to shows, me and you just hanging out and stuff, like meet you guys. And I know that's a huge thing on
we're going to like Rhinebeck, Maryland, and Stitches West. Those are the three.
Those are the three we have for sure.
Yeah.
But so it kind of started back in November when I went to Madison, Wisconsin, and went to Knit Circus, and it's just such a fun weekend. I did not know that they were not open on Sunday, so I ended up staying a day longer, which
you got to see the
town.
I
was so bored in the hotel room now. I ate a lot of cheesecake.
But you got bored?
In the hotel room all by myself.
You didn't just sit and knit and like
I sat and knit, and it was a dark hotel room.
I'm like in Maryland when you were at your show, and I was
Maryland.
like at the hotel room just like, this is amazing. I'm alone.
But it was the hotel I stayed at wasn't as nice, I don't think.
Okay.
And I know that because the people across, I actually had to call the concierge desk a couple times at 3 a.m.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it wasn't a fun hotel, but the bar guy and me got along great. He was just this awesome guy who kept giving me steak. So
steak works.
I loved it. It was great. And drinks. But I got to hang out with Jennifer of Driftless Knitter. Mm-hmm. And I love her. She has a cute podcast, and she's a really talented designer.
Oh, like, she's done socks.
She's done socks, and she's done some shawls.
Oh, I haven't seen her
She's
shawls.
Some beautiful work.
I'll have to look.
And then last month, I got to go out to Texas. Oh my gosh, you guys know how to party. I had Tex-Mex for the first time.
I'm like, I haven't heard about your Texas trip
I haven't told you anything about it.
Nope.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the owner of the Modern Skein, her name is Sharon, and she knows what she's doing. Oh my gosh, that trip, so much fun. That shop is just so great. I think they had Stephen West out there like a month before, and even he was like, wow.
That's awesome. That's good to hear.
It's such a good shop. And their customer base is so loyal and so great. I got to meet so many new people and had a couple people come out to see me. Actually, I had a mother-daughter who do not look mother-daughter. They probably get the same thing we do.
Probably. Yeah.
And I'm horrible at names, so I'm not going to say any names because I know I'll butcher and get all of them wrong. But it was great, and I was able to do some lectures and teach some things.
But that was so fun. I enjoy doing that kind of stuff.
So great. It was just a lot of like Q&A about like breaking down boundaries, things people don't really tell you when you're getting started, some hacks to designing, and just answering questions and stuff. But oh my gosh, and her husband has the Red Stag Fiber Company. I think it's the full thing.
I don't know.
I don't think it's Red Stag Yarn. I think it's Red Stag Fiber Company. Okay. His tonals kill me.
Really?
They are so pretty, and he's so talented.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
He's so nice. And their cat is a demon. But I do like him. He's one of those.
I haven't heard of Red Stag Yarn Co. or Fiber
He has
Company.
some gorgeous
I'll have to look him up. I love that it's a male doing dyeing,
and he
too.
is. It's just him.
Men are really good.
I think she comes in speckles every now and then, but tonals are the things I have the hardest time with. And his are stunning. But I had such a great time staying with them. And that shop is actually the first shop to ever carry Dragon Hoard yarn. So they'll be getting a shipment here in the next little while. They have their yarn crawl coming up, I think, in March or April. And so my yarn will be out there for that. But I did leave some goodies. And then, this week I'll be heading out to California.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's just a lot going on, but I love it.
That's really cool, though, that you're getting out meeting people like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a little bit less of that this year.
I'm a social butterfly.
Yes, and I'm a homebody, and honestly, I'm older. I'm twice your age almost, and...
Almost.
Well, I'm not twice your age. That would put me in my 50s. I'm not 50 yet.
I'm not 30 yet.
No, but you're 29? Yeah. See? I'm not that old.
Okay.
But... it's a lot of...
It's a lot.
It's a lot to do. We did a lot of traveling last year. I think we went on 8 trips.
7 or 8, yeah.
I went on 8, but one of them wasn't together. Like I went to South Stitches SoCal.
Yes. You went on one more than me. That's right.
But then I think you went to
then
Texas.
I went on two.
Yeah, you went to two. So we went, that's a lot of traveling.
That's a lot of traveling.
And trying to get a rhythm going in your shop.
And designing.
And there's something, I have an announcement that I haven't even told you about yet. I have an announcent.
Oh my God,
it's
tell
coming.
me now.
In a second. Just a second. I have something really cool, but I can't tell you right now.
Okay.
No. Yeah, traveling is a lot of work, and doing shows is a lot of work.
Well, you do your thing. Well, you do your prep, then you do your thing, and then you come back and you're dead for a few days.
And you've got a lot of investment up front, and we're sitting here. You can see my yarn from here. I've got a lot of stock that is fine. That's been great through the holidays, actually.
Oh yeah.
So I'm glad that you're going to get out and do that more, and I'm going to do it a little bit less, but I'm going to still go to shows, that we like to go to.
Yeah, and we're going to have so much fun at Stitches in Maryland.
Yeah.
I love going to Maryland.
I think it'll be more enjoyable for me to do that than having to prep for a bunch of shows all the time. And it's just a lot of work on older bodies, I think. So I'm not doing that.
And that's fine. Anyway. Yeah, but those are pretty much the things I have.
Well, one of my announcement that I've actually been talking about for a year is doing the mental health podcast.
Yes.
Mental Health Cafe podcast. And I'm going to be starting that soon, but I have a co-host.
Is it your cat?
Yes. Me and Murphy.
Murphy.
No,
Are you going to call it Murphy's
I have
Law?
a co-host, and I'm not going to say who it is yet because we're still in the planning stages, and I didn't mention that I was going to say anything
I just got full body chills. I'm so excited.
So we are going, because this person also has a psychology background and a degree.
I'm investigating in my brain right now.
And you know who it is. Once I say it, you'll know who it is. But
I think I know who it is.
We're going to start doing the planning tomorrow. We've got to figure out all the technological stuff, like how to record.
When you figure that out, let me know, because I need to let Eric know.
Oh, yeah, because he's going to do stuff?
A Dungeons and Dragons podcast.
I support people doing anything they love.
We might do another podcast together, too, and I'll tell you about that later.
Okay. So I'm going to hopefully be starting that Mental Health Cafe podcast. It'll be mental health and, how it relates to the fiber community, and maybe not always. But I think we're going to start crafting or just creative people, artists. Wow. We haven't talked much about it yet, but I do have because it's a lot of work doing something by yourself, and I want it to be. And I want it to.
You're a lot harder on yourself when it's just you.
Well, and it's an important topic in our community. It's an important topic in the world.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes when you feel like when you're doing it alone, I don't want to feel like I'm portraying myself as the expert, because I'm not.
Yeah.
But it's still a lot of planning, and I love bouncing ideas off people. I love having that, the talk that we do on our podcast. And so I decided, I think it will get done if I have a co-host that can give, that we can give each other ideas and support each other. So hopefully that'll get started in the next few weeks after we get everything ironed out. It's going to be fun.
I'm investigating in my brain.
And it might be audio only because we don't live in the same state.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be audio only, which we can still put on YouTube as just an audio only. It'll just be a black screen,
Or a unicorn.
It could be a catacorn.
Are you going to call it mental? Are you going to keep your name?
Cafe. I don't know. We haven't talked about that.
Okay.
It doesn't have to. I mean, I'm not married to that name. I do have an Instagram account with it.
You have a lot of accounts. I don't care. That's so exciting, Mom. I'm really excited for you.
Thank you. And speaking of mental health,
yes,
we must talk about December.
Oh my gosh, you guys!
December was super exciting. We when I say we, I mean a bunch of artists.
Yeah,
did the December of Designers, which was a designer a day, released a pattern and donated to a charity. For mental health related charity. Yeah. And it went off so well. I don't have the totals yet of what I have some people's totals. I need to reach out and get everybody's totals of what they raised. But so each day was a different designer, and they designed something just for it's called Cast On Collaborative, which is just an initiative I put together for these types of fundraisers. In December, we did December of Designers, and it was amazing.
It was so great.
We had some amazing designs.
Oh my gosh.
And they were so different. We had...
Like Quaylen's bow tie?
Yeah, we had male designers and female designers.
I love that bow tie.
And we had hats and shawls, and I think
did gloves.
One sweater, there was mitts and gloves, and cowls, and it was a lot of fun.
It was so cool.
It turned out really well. So I have on my Instagram, Yarn Cafe Creations, on Instagram, I have under my highlights, you can click on December of Designers, and it has each day, so you can see what it was. And someone emailed me today and said they wanted the link to the December of Designers. There isn't one link because each designer has their own design and it's on their own Ravelry page. So you have to actually go to that designer's page to get that pattern.
Yeah.
So I don't have one central link. I just have a place you can see all of them. So,
which is good.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
Oh my gosh, so that was amazing.
That was a lot of fun.
Seeing everyone's designs and seeing a lot of people come together and everyone donating to a mental health organization in their area or one that's closer to their heart. And
some of the stories.
Oh my gosh.
People reaching out. It's always touching. It's always very touching.
And December is a hard month.
It's a hard month.
It's a very hard month.
For a lot of people. Not for everybody.
Not for everyone, but it can be
hard.
A very hard month for people. And so I think even just having that recognition and that outward support helped a lot of people.
The weather alone can bring people down.
Yeah.
Just the shorter days and the colder weather in a lot of places.
And then
but
expectations of what December should look like.
And money issues. But also it can remind us of people that we've lost, that we don't have with us during those holidays.
Yeah.
And so it was important to me to kind of try to uplift and give back to people, to organizations who are constantly helping mental health.
Yeah.
And it was great. We had people in other countries, Germany, England, Canada, Norway, America, of course. I think those were the only foreign countries.
Did you say Canada?
Canada. Yeah, Canada. We had Canada. So it was great. So thank you to everybody that participated, not only the designers, but those of you that purchased.
Or shared it,
or
commented, or even looked at the pattern online. 'Cause that's the thing, like, even if you can't purchase a pattern on Ravelry, even if you go and look at it, it helps like the sales for that day and the visibility.
It helps boost the visibility for the designer.
And so some people may have purchased the pattern without realizing that they were donating.
Yeah, they were helping get more visibility.
They were helping give back without even realizing it.
So it's pretty cool.
So
it was a really cool. But afterwards, I'm like, how am I gonna? Now what? Now it was like it turned out so well. It was like smooth.
So good.
It went really smoothly, and I was like, how am I going to
I know you were
top
looking
this?
at, for this year, some things coming up too.
Yeah, I was there. So I hate to put this out there because I don't have a specific place to go to. But if you are a designer, a maker of any kind, because it's not always going to be designs or yarn. We did the Cast On Collaborative Advent Calendar, which was wonderful. But it might, I don't know exactly what it's going to be yet, but there might be other things. The designing part is really good because it's not something that costs you a lot of money if you don't have a lot of money.
And it can potentially give visibility to people who, like these amazing designers out there that haven't gotten a lot of visibility.
That was the part that I was super excited about.
Yeah.
Really, honestly, besides the donating, we had some big name designers in the December of Designers, but I also had some people that I knew everybody pretty personally. I think I knew most of the people in there.
But we know that.
But there were some that are just such great designers, but they just don't.
They don't get as much visibility.
They just don't get as much visibility for whatever reason. Who knows? Maybe they just don't want the visibility. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I wanted I wanted you to be exposed to their beautiful designs.
Because they are so talented.
Yeah, so many talented people.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you for everybody that even saw that. It was an amazing experience. So.
It's one thing that I think is really funny.
What?
Is that we haven't talked about what we're knitting on at all.
What are you knitting on?
I'm more interested in what you're knitting on.
No.
Fine.
I already talked about my things.
Fine.
It's your turn.
Oh, your little things. Okay.
My little things.
Your little things that added up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, I just got a new base in my shop called Slub. I called mine Goblin Slub because I have to be different.
Well, and it looks like goblin skin.
It looks like warts.
It does.
Not to be gross.
No, but it's technical difficulties.
I didn't do it, Mom.
Yeah, you stretched it a little too thin over there. There we go.
Okay.
Do I look more lit up?
You look beautiful.
It looks great. Thank you.
So,
back to the goblin warts.
Goblin warts. So I got goblin slub, and these are actually all new colors because we haven't podcasted in forever. So this is Dragoness.
It almost matches. It almost looks like a tone I'm wearing, but
I know.
It's more mauvey. It's really pretty.
But I've seen a couple dyers getting that base, and I'm like, well, what are we going to knit with it? And I think there's one shawl pattern online, and then one hat pattern by Chelsea Yarns, Christina. I think it's in her blog, though. I'm not sure if it's on Ravelry or not, so check out Chelsea Yarns on Instagram. But I decided I was going to design a sweater with it.
It's pretty.
I love it. So I'm holding it with Mohair. And where is it? Okay, so I did some short rows in the back. So I'm holding it with Mohair. It's going to have tighter fitting sleeves, and then it's going to be a looser fitting kind of sweater, probably with about 6 inches of positive ease. And the bottom is going to be scooped.
It's going to be cute.
It's going to be really cute. I'm excited.
I love the scoop bottom.
It's just going to be very simple because you don't really need a lot of details on it with all of that texture.
It looks like baubles.
It looks like baubles.
Yeah.
Or warts.
Or warts.
But, yeah, I'm obsessed with the fabric it's creating. I did hold it with Mohair.
It looks really good with Mohair. It doesn't take away at all from the slub look.
No, and that's what I love Mohair. It's like, it just feathers the look. Like, it airbrushes your look,
it really
basically.
Does.
And I love it on this color. So I've been working on this for a little while. It'll be coming out. I might call it Goblin Warts now. I don't know.
Goblin Warts.
Would you ever want to wear some Goblin Warts?
The warty sweater. Warthog.
Warthog. Okay, now I just want to touch it a ton. It looks like I'm rubbing my chest.
It looks really good.
I think it's going to be super cute. I'm hoping really that the one thing I get mad at myself a ton with is I don't measure a ton when I'm casting something on until like I get so far. I'm like, okay, let's lay on the couch and try to measure my body here. And I don't check gauge until I'm sending it to my tech editor.
By the way,
because I'm horrible. But I mean, I don't need to necessarily until I send it off to have sizes graded for it. Did you hear my belly?
Is that your stomach, girl?
My belly.
Is that your goblin stomach?
It's my goblin stomach. So I'm very curious to see how it works out. I followed a pretty standard one of my sweater top-down patterns that I do, one of my recipes, but I want to have it out probably for March or April, maybe April. But it's just so soft, and it gives you an idea of something that you can use for goblin slub, because a lot of people ask me, like, what can you make with this? It's fingering weight. You can make anything you want.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of which, people reach out to me constantly asking about mini skeins.
Oh, yeah.
What can I make with mini skeins? Just
everything.
FYI, you can make anything.
Everything.
You might have more ends to weave in, but you can make a sweater with mini skeins. It'll just, it doesn't even have to fade. Tempted. You can do stripes, you can do socks, you can do shawls, anything. So, yeah, don't be
so tempted.
It's a great way to get variety into your knitting.
Yeah,
and color work.
Someone posted on Instagram on their stories the other day, and it was a sweater from like Gap or something. And the story said, "Hey, look, guys, we're finally in style." And it literally looked like an Advent sweater.
Really?
It was just different stripes of all different colors.
Random.
All the way
they don't
down.
Have to match.
Yeah, no two were the same or anything. Yeah. It's like, guys, we are in fashion.
Yeah.
We're setting the trends. So yeah, you can use anything, but I wanted to show you what it looked like on some of my other bases or other colors.
It's really pretty.
I'm so excited.
It's not what I expected. It's got little neps.
Yeah, and
Is it hard to knit with?
Casting on with mohair with it,
tricky.
I did not enjoy it at all. But after that, I was fine, and it was perfect. But yeah, this is Pool of Starlight, by the way. It's my brand new color that's coming out tomorrow.
That's pretty. God, it looks like velvet on the screen. Doesn't it look like velvet or like velour or whatever?
Yeah.
That's fuzzy stuff from the
that fuzzy
80s.
Stuff now.
Mohair.
This is Nettles. You'll see that in a minute. And then this is Zombie Unicorn.
Is that a new color, Nettles?
Nettles? Yeah.
I have a new color called Nettle.
mother.
Yesterday. I posted on Instagram yesterday, so there's a date stamp.
I made a sweater out of it, so it's been out for about a month.
Oh, I thought it was a new one.
It's still one of my new ones since October.
Wait, is yours Nettles?
Nettles?
Mine's Nettle.
Okay.
Is that okay?
I'm not going to sue you.
I didn't even know that.
Remember when we both came out with a wine fade collection?
Oh
like
my
the
gosh.
same day?
It's not even, and it's like it's not like I stalk her Instagram or she stalks mine. We just, some days I don't even look at anything.
Well, I think we like a lot of the same things anyways, and so it's kind of...
So
I just
weird.
copy you, Mom.
I know.
You're my idol.
And I copy you.
I know.
No, I came out with Nettle, Nest, and...
I thought you were going to be like Nettle,
So this
Nettles, Nettletelia.
This one actually is Nest. Nettle is... I made it.
Oh, I do like that. It looks like a bird's nest.
This is Nest. Yeah, my Nettle one is similar.
Is it green?
Because it's my earthy collection.
Does it look
I'm adding...
exactly like mine?
It's
Yeah.
No, it's gray with tans in it. So,
okay.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, so that's what I'm working on
Do you have a name
right
for
now.
it? You don't have a name.
No, I don't. If you guys want to comment below, we'll see.
How about my lumps, my lovely lady?
Oh my god, I could call it my lady lump sweater.
I bet you there's already one on there.
I don't know. Well, I named my Stardust, and there was like a million patterns called Stardust, and I'm like, you know what?
I always
care.
look first.
I did look first, and I'm like,
really?
I don't care.
You don't. There's no rule.
There's no rule.
We do what we want.
And it's the same thing. It's like, oh, you're going to make a crayon called that color? Well, we also have crayons that are named these colors. I don't know. As long as there's no Stardust sweater. There's like a cardigan kind of thing, but I just called mine Stardust, I think. But I don't know. It's really hard to name things that aren't the same. And
it's really hard to name things anyway.
Like kids, it's so hard to name them.
It's no, not quite the same. It is, even colorways. It's so hard to
really
name them
is.
sometimes.
And a lot of us have the same colorway names anyways.
How did we both end up with Nettle?
I don't know.
I mean,
or like unicorn.
Do you have a unicorn color?
I have zombie unicorn, but no, I've seen that everywhere.
You have a unicorn base, don't you?
I Pegasus base.
That's
my Mohair. But I know Molly of a Homespun House, Bad Wolf Girl Studios, us three.
Yeah.
Tend to have similar
Harry
names
Potter
because
colors.
of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So it's like, who's really bothered?
We don't even
Come
care.
on.
We're talking about it as if it's a big deal.
It's not.
We don't care.
It's not.
That's one thing about us two.
We're not very bothered.
We typically don't care. Unless it's hurting somebody.
No, I thought it was so funny with the, what was it? Never mind. That's stupid.
I don't know.
Something happened and someone reached out and they're like, just to let you know, I just saw you posted a photo of this. I did the exact same thing. And I'm like, I don't care. That's fine.
Do it.
Do it anyways. Yeah.
Do it.
Oh, it was my Wizard Wheezes box. And someone was like, oh, I was going to do that this summer. I'm like, you still can.
Yeah.
I don't care. We're not going to do the same colors. They're going to be probably the same names, but
yeah, honestly,
it really doesn't matter.
It doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah. Unless you steal my pattern and try to pass it off as your own, then Trysten's little devil horns come out.
Can we have a mental health corner for a second?
Oh my gosh, yes. Are we going to talk about my devil horns?
No, I want to just bring up, that whole concept of I truly do not care. You could come out with the same colors as me, name them the same. Yeah. I wouldn't care.
No.
Because the moment that we start caring about what everybody else does and says and takes everything personally, then we are under their control.
Yeah, your energy is completely stolen from yourself.
It's stolen. Yeah, it's stolen, but it's not even that stolen. It's given. You give it away, and I just think. And you need that energy
to be successful and be happy and do other things. But if you give your energy away to someone else because of petty little things like that,
and the thing is I choose to believe they are doing it with no malintent.
Exactly.
Like, I don't look at them and go, and I mean, honestly, if you did come out with every color I did and named it every same name, then I might be like, they're doing it on purpose.
Let's talk for a second. Let's figure out what's going on.
Most people that there's no malintent. No. And I just think, okay, move on. I really don't think there's
enough people. Like, I don't think there's anyone out there and be like, I have no original thoughts. I'm going to just copy this person or these people. I really don't think that's the case.
Yeah,
that's more energy than any of us have.
Yeah, I just choose to not worry about it.
At the end of the day.
And because I do get emails sometimes of people saying, oh, did you know this happened? And someone did this and you did. And I'm just like, That's okay. I'm not bothered that they did that.
I've actually had people say that about patterns with me, and then they'll, like, show me a picture of a pattern and be like, look. And I'm like, that's a beautiful pattern.
Yeah, I don't... It's not...
I was joking earlier, like, even if someone did copy me and stuff, I don't have enough time or energy to go about making all that negativity. Like...
No, think about... I mean, if you're going to be the... if you choose to be the police that polices what everybody does, you're under their control.
Yeah.
You're giving up your control to those people and making it their problem. And that's why I just think if you want to copy... Or if you end up with the same color and same name, same ideas I have, I honestly, I don't care.
Yeah.
And if someone does it feeling like they are copying, then they must have a good reason.
Yeah.
Because most people are not bad people.
No.
Okay, that's my mental health corner. At least that's what I choose to believe.
I like your mental health corner.
Thank you.
I think it really reflects a lot of, like, just choosing to be positive and thinking positive things about other people instead of negative.
Yeah,
and in the end of it all, it's just going to make you happier instead of focusing all that energy somewhere else, like you were saying, giving your energy to someone else. Yeah. But if you choose to just to be positive and happy, then those things really aren't going to affect you anyways.
Well, and if you choose to not make assumptions too, like
exactly.
If you see something that someone does and you're like, oh, I bet they did it because of this and how dare them. And I just think,
no,
let's not make assumptions. Let's just, I just choose not to do that. I just choose to just be like,
and honestly, with how busy we are anyways,
I just don't have time.
I wouldn't have time to come up with new colorways. I wouldn't have any mental space for designing.
Well, even news, when you hear news, sometimes you have to practice the 48-hour rule. Wait 48 hours, see whether it's news from a friend or gossip or actual news on TV. It's like sometimes after 48 hours you realize the story wasn't exactly what was reported to you. Yeah. So don't get too worked up over things right away.
Yeah.
I just can't. I don't have the energy
Live
for
your
it.
life of calm your titties.
What?
Live your life of calm your titties.
Calm your tatas.
No, that's a thing for me.
Me too. I get worked up sometimes.
Calm your titties, Trysten.
I'm not preaching because I'm perfect. I'm preaching out of experience.
Yeah, because we also need those reminders sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, Vaughn will set me straight sometimes and be like, you sound like you're getting really worked up over that. And I'm like, I am. I need to just...
evaluate why that pisses me off so
why is
much.
that upsetting me so much? I need to just take a step back, and it's not a big deal. Not going to worry about it. So that was my pit stop.
Thank you. I like that little... Let's keep going. Did you?
Keep growing. We got to keep growing through life.
Okay, but Mother, really?
Yes, what? Huh?
What are you working on?
Oh, let me put my little things on. These are the best ever.
Oh my gosh, I love those things so much.
These are the best stoppers.
That makes it so I can try on my stuff.
Yeah, that's why. Yes. Okay,
otherwise they will fall right off.
I'm doing my very first sweater design. I've had this idea for a long time.
I know.
And I'm finally figuring it out. And so it's a fingering weight.
And it's so pretty.
Held double with mohair with a yoke of a design that is...
I was just going to tell you, Mom, it looks like angel. You should call it angel dust, but that's not appropriate at all.
Angel bust, like angel boobs?
No, I said angel dust.
Oh, they said angel bust.
Angel bust would be better. But yeah, angel dust is not appropriate.
Anyway,
Sorry, continue.
It's a fingering weight with mohair held double, and it's a different kind of color, pattern work yoke. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very
magical?
It's light,
oh my gosh,
very light and airy, and I didn't want to stop working on it, but I had other things I had to do, so I stopped for a few days. Mm-hmm. I picked it back up again yesterday,
and it just made you so happy again, huh?
Even though it is straight stockinette right now.
I know.
I can't wait to get to the bottom because I already have in my mind an idea of what I want to do for the bottom, and then the sleeves are going to be not as much ease as the body. Mm-hmm. You know, they're going to be a little bit tighter fitting, but then the cuff's going to be really cool. I'm so excited.
I just love this little around the neck. You have little bobbles, and I did not notice that in your picture.
Yeah, it's hard to see with the mohair, but it's a very delicate little. They look like little rosebuds on the collar going across, and there's some short row shaping in the back, and it's very. I mean, if you look, I don't know if you can tell looking through.
I think that is the coolest how you did that, really.
Yeah, and I have some other ideas of patterns that I want to do similarly, but with different designs. Anyway, I'm excited about
It's like 3D.
It kind of is. It's
like a pop-up book.
I mean, it takes time. This part took a lot of time. So it's going to be, it's not intricate.
It looks like it.
It's just mohair. And so it's some lace knitting and some slip stitching, and takes time. This yoke part took time. But then once you get to the body, it's like super fast.
And it's going to be long. It's not going to be cropped?
It's going to be hip bone.
Okay.
It's going to be hip bone length, but option, of course, you can always make it longer.
Yeah.
And then I'm grappling with sleeve ideas. I'm not sure. I might do 2 sleeve lengths. I might do a cuff here with a little bit of a puffed sleeve.
Oh my god.
But with this kind of yoke, I don't know if that's, I don't know.
I think you can puff here.
I think, yeah, I mean, even if you don't, just don't.
Because the yoke is going to come like right, with how short your yoke is, it's going to come like right here.
Because this is a boat neck a little bit. It's a little bit of a wider neck, so it comes to about right here. And so I have some ideas of how I want to do it. And then with the option of doing a long sleeve. So I don't know yet.
I think that the long sleeve is more accessible for more people, that's something that they would wear, and it looks flattering on a lot more body types. But I think having the option of a puff sleeve is fun.
With the shorter version, it will look more like a little blouse you can wear like with a skirt.
Oh my gosh, okay, right? Yeah.
It won't be cropped. I mean, you could always do a cropped one if you wanted. But yeah, but on some people it might look cropped at the hip bones. But with the little puff sleeve, I think that would go really cute with the blousey look. But you can always do long sleeves too, and make it a little bit longer. So I'm looking at I'm gonna draw. I have it kind of drawn out, but I want to have some options.
I'm so excited about it. As soon as I saw it, I'm just like.
So I will be putting a call out for test knitters. Yeah.
And do you know what you're naming it?
Yes, this is the Inspire Me shawl. Or shawl.
Shawl? You're so used to shawls.
Inspire Me. I am. I just got done making a shawl, actually, that I can't show, unfortunately. Can't show it, because it was a mystery one. But it turned out pretty good. But that's all I think that's all of my knitting that I can show right now. Well, I just made that shawl. I made my scatter shawl for the December of Designers.
Oh, yeah. Where is that?
It's in my living room or my bedroom somewhere.
One of the workspaces.
Yeah, it is so warm. What else do you have?
I got a couple things.
Okay, maybe I'll grab my scatter shawl in a minute.
Okay, because I've been working on. I'm not gonna show that.
Oh, but this is the pepper colorway. I forgot to say.
Oh yeah. Just
on fingering weight on my 100% espresso base and my whipped cream mohair.
Oh, that's a fun mohair name.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, well, in my, what bag is this?
That's Fat Squirrel?
Yes, thank you. My Fat Squirrel bag that I got this one I got at SSK this year.
Amy Beth
was great. I'm doing a test knit for Caitlin Hunter.
I love Caitlin's work.
I love her work, and she's such a sweet person.
She is.
But she has this coming out tomorrow. I don't know what it's called. Gillespie.
Okay.
But it's beautiful. It's a sweater dress.
You got a long way to go.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm not good at putting Colorwork colors together. I'm really good at fading and finding accents. And so I really, really wanted a speckle in here because, honestly, full transparency, as a dyer, I always want to find somewhere to put speckles in or design something that you can knit with speckles, because a lot of us love knitting with speckled yarn and hand-dyed yarn like that.
Yeah.
But it's hard to find patterns that it'll translate really well in.
Especially if you need more than one skein.
Exactly. And so... that's why I originally did my Find My Way sweater and the DK, so that people could see cables with texture and with all the speckles in it. So I really wanted to incorporate a speckle in here, but it's not translating right.
Well, I like it. It's great contrast.
These are great contrast, but I was trying to add in thorns to it, and it's not going to work, sadly. So I knit one row, started knitting the second row in this part of the color work, and I don't think it's going to work. And so I'm going to be taking this entire thing apart. But this was a last minute test knit because she's had the pattern ready for a while, but she put a couple things on hold. So we had like 3 weeks to play with it. So she wasn't expecting any of us to get it done. It's fingering weight.
Oh, that is fingering weight.
It's going to be so pretty.
I bet. Oh my gosh. Is. Have you seen it on somebody?
On her.
Oh, really?
And on the hanger. And
so she hasn't shown it on Instagram, though, yet.
She's been showing kind of little sneak peeks, and this part she has shown. So, but the colorwork section in it.
So there's like a fourth color that needs to go
There's
in it.
5 colors.
5 colors. See, once I get past 3,
to 4,
I'm like,
great. And then I'm like, 5. And I didn't really know how to
I think a teal or like a aqua would be so pretty.
I know. I think that would be pretty, but then it'd be like, it's every house color in it.
Aqua isn't a house color.
Yeah, if I was going to do
an
like
aqua,
a
like a light
aqua,
you know, not like a dark teal.
Okay.
But like that kind of the lighter part. Do you have a speckled that is got an aqua base?
I do now.
You will.
I will. But yeah, so I know I'm ripping this out, and I want to change around the colors a little bit because it's essentially color work, but color blocked. And so the bottom portion of the sweater dress, it's just a long sweater, it'd be a dress on me. It's about this much is the color work. And so I think having this as the main ribbing part instead, and then doing something else is just plain stockinette color, no color work for the top.
I will be honest, I love the gray.
Really?
I do as the main color. I think,
but it's not the main color.
Oh,
this gray is only in the bottom portion. The top portion is a whole different color.
So you wouldn't end up with a bunch of gray.
The gray wouldn't be up here.
Or
the gold wouldn't be up here.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't want this by my face.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think that would be green if you had a green.
Because essentially that's what it's gonna be right now: gray on the bottom and gold on the top. Okay. And I don't want that. I think I'm gonna reverse it and maybe do a light gray on top instead. But I do think I want this, and so even just thinking about a bright aqua would be really pretty in contrast with this. I think I'm going to do that, actually.
I think aqua goes really well with those colors.
So good with yellow.
With burgundy, it goes really well with those colors.
And so I think what I would end up doing is more like these colors with the teal, a gray, something and something. Because there's 5 colors.
Or even that my sage color down there on the bottom between the 2 browns. Something like that, which is more earthy.
Yeah. Because I wanted more of an earthy because I could have gone with my eggplant emoji colorway that I have. I love that colorway.
Is it a purple, like a plum?
It's a deep, deep purple. But I didn't want it to come out too color blocky. I don't know. I did want speckles in it. So
that's one thing about speckles is it does break up that color blocky look.
Yeah.
It makes it a little more
And that's why
smooth.
I really wanted something to work with this, but I don't think it's going to work. And so I'm going to table all of these except for this yellow because I do want this in the pattern. I think it's a great.
As you can tell, I love golds. Look at that.
I know you like golds.
I love golds. I love that color.
And this
so
one
much.
is called Fool's Gold.
Pretty. It's so pretty.
Oh, I didn't even talk about it. Fool's Gold.
It matches this one.
This one is Perfect Poison.
It goes with my.
I do like that.
With my color.
That would be pretty. This is Perfect Poison. I've never released this color. It's just like a.
It's very pretty.
Shocking purple, like...
It's not shocking. It's very baby blush pink.
Baby blush purple pink.
Oh, it's so pretty.
I don't know. In different lightings, it'll look different.
Yeah.
But
to me, it looks like a very
it's the
rosy
same color
pink.
as my Prudence top that I knit up that I haven't released yet because that's going to be in a publication.
That's awesome.
So Perfect Poison, Thorns, which is one of my go-to colors that I've had around forever. I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of. This was a bad skein of Ritual that I was trying to use up. And Shadows.
Pretty.
So, those are that. And then I have one other to talk about. Did you want to go get your shawl?
Yeah. Okay, so I went and got my Scatter shawl, which I did for the December of Designers.
And you named it after your beautiful
And I named
cat.
it after Scatter because Scatter had passed away while I was working on this, and then I finished it after he passed away.
But it's also kind of perfect because Scatter, it kind of makes me think of minis, actually.
Yeah, because you use color scattering everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't put these in like a faded sense or anything. I just grabbed minis and put them together.
It makes me think of like little like 80s young girl's room, like just those colors,
really?
Like the softness, yeah.
And it's got a detail, a garter detail on that, but I also on the end of every so many rows there's a bobble. It's not a picot.
It's a bobble.
It's a bobble bind off. Not picot, because picots take so long.
Oh, God, picot.
It's just a bobble
Think
bind
about
off.
bobbles at the bottom of a sweater.
That would be,
bind off.
Yes. I love bubbles. And so
I know.
my edge at the end of a certain rows, there's bubbles.
Oh, my God.
Yep. I did it. And it's a long shawl. So I started with like cocoa colors, and then I went into like it's like a silky, I call it silk. It's like a pinkish brown into my orchard colorway, which goes into my Smells Like Rain, which is really pinks
color.
And blues with browns.
Love
and
that
then
color.
Honey Crisp, which is pinks and golds and
Fall
oranges.
collection.
And then this is a random color that it was just a one of a kind that I had.
I love that.
And it has greens and pinks and blues in it. And then I used orchard at the end, but I held it double with, and this is my two ply favorite base.
Oh, yeah.
8515 2-ply, it's just my favorite base. And I held it double with orchard mohair. Mm-hmm. And it created such a beautiful fabric. I don't know why, but it so makes me light.
Yeah, it's seriously so.
It's so light. It's for it to be held double.
I love the shape.
And the shape is long, but it's thin, so you don't end up with. For me, being so short, if I end up with a cowl or a shawl that it goes down past my coochie, I'm like, this doesn't look right on me. I like it to be more up, at chest level. Easier to.
I'm gonna add that into my measurements, into my schematics now.
Coochie level.
Coochie level.
Yeah, and so it's just got a delicate feel, delicate look to it, and it is on Ravelry, but
I absolutely love it. And now I want to. Did you just randomly? Do you have in the pattern of where you changed colors, or
I do, but you can change them wherever. I mean, that's why...
that would also be a really pretty just one color shawl.
It would. It would be... Or if you wanted to do faded, you could rotate rows.
Get all those minis from your advent calendars.
You could do a striped one if you want to do, make it more... I mean, mine does look a little stripy in this section because of the contrasts, but they do match each other. Like, they coordinate.
I'm dying because it just reminds me... like, back in the early 90s when I would be playing with... like My Little Ponies and watching the old school My Little Ponies.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of, like, the colors from that.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they're a lot brighter.
And it's just like, no, the actual ponies aren't all that bright.
Well, I mean, like, they have purples and pinks and stuff in them.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
But I don't know. This just reminds me.
So it's earthy.
I'm a fanatic.
It's earthy, subtle, but it sure does tone down when you use mohair.
Oh, yeah. And all those pinks in it.
And I did use orchard, so it's a colored mohair.
Yeah.
But you can't really tell.
I love that so much more. I love colored mohair.
I do too. Like it's speckled.
So if
you look close, you might be able to see the colors in there, barely, like the greens and the golds. But anyway,
so
I have been using this a lot.
We're using so much mohair.
Mohair is so fun.
I was just thinking about that.
I love knitting with mohair.
Oh,
it really does add warmth. Like I was wearing this. My front room gets really cold, and so when I'm in there knitting, I usually have this around me or on my legs, and my cat loves it. He will get in there and just start rubbing up against it.
That's like opposite from what Eric does. He'll come near me and be like, "Oh my god."
Oh,
there's a couple husbands out there that I've heard the same thing from
that they don't
knitters, and they're like, the husband won't even touch me, and Eric will be like, "You're wearing," like he thinks my Spellman sweater. He thinks it's really pretty looking, and he's like, "It's a good sweater. It looks nice on you, but I'm not going to touch you."
You know, mohair. If you can handle mohair, I think it's a great one to put with a scratchy wool because it softens it up so much.
That's what I did with my Magic DK for my Stardust sweater. And that's why I did it, because I do like the scratchy. I do like the rustic, but
it's very durable.
Adding that, it just yeah.
Yeah, so this goes around. I wore this on Christmas Day, or on Christmas Eve when we went up to Park City, where it's like super cold. And, you know, you can wear it so many different ways. Sometimes I
really want to cast one on now.
It's really fast. I made this in 3 days. It was 3 days. It used about 6 skeins or 6 minis.
I'm like, really?
It used 6 minis, and unfortunately, it took a little more than 1 skein of mohair. I tried to keep it under 1 skein of mohair, but I ended up using an additional probably 5 grams. So just enough for that last stripe. But I had to. I mean, I had to make it a little bit longer. But it was a fun knit. So if you have scraps, you could even swap out mohair colors. You don't have to use the same mohair throughout.
Oh, I was just thinking that too. I'm like, I think I have mohair scraps for my everyday slouchy beanies.
Just throw them in with the colors that they are close to.
Or don't.
And
do what you want.
I made that one hat that I haven't released out of just bare yarn with a colored mohair on top.
And I love that.
And it looked so fun. And then my Sunday sweater was red with a white mohair, and it looks like candy cane.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so much fun.
That's what I love. I love getting a tonal fingering weight and then putting textured mohair on it. Oh, I love that so much.
So you don't have to have matchy-matchy. Don't ever think you have to. You can do what you want.
No, I do so many everyday
I know. Mohair and lip gloss.
But I do so many everyday slouchy beanie kits that aren't matching those. Like in my shop. Oh, this is only going to be going on for one more week, so I was going to announce that really fast. I'm doing a Sabrina, and this will actually transition into our next segment of me talking about new sweaters.
We have segments?
Right now. This is the one segment.
Okay. We have no order.
Yeah. I'm obsessed with The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I love the show. It's on Netflix. And the 3rd season is coming out next week. And so I did a mystery yarn club where you could order one skein of all these different bases. You could do a mystery everyday slouchy beanie set, which is what I was going to say. Like, the mohair is going to be a solid and the other one's going to be not.
Oh, that'll be fun.
I think that's going to be pretty.
Live a little, people.
Live a little. Change it up. They don't have to be matching.
There's no rules.
And you could also get a mystery Spellman sweater kit, which I have to tip my hat to the 8 or 9 people who have gotten that, because that would terrify me a little bit.
Living on the edge. They are living on the edge.
I don't think you're going to be... I know you're not going to be disappointed. I'm so excited. So I'm keeping those open for one more week. And because I've been so obsessed with Sabrina, I decided, because I have a Prudence top, I have my Spellman sweater, which is this. I did finish it for Rhinebeck. That's my butterbeer.
I like that color.
I love this color so much, but this is the butterbeer. And I did it with the smaller baubles option.
I have a butterbeer color.
I know, because you copied me.
All the time.
And I copied Molly, and Molly copied Meg.
And we all copied Harry Potter.
All copied Harry Potter. So this is the one I wore for Rhinebeck. So I have the Spellman sweater, the Prudence top, and then I started working on Agatha. And in season 2, there were some promos for it with Sabrina sitting on a table looking up, but she always wears this black long sleeve sweater that's a little bit of a turtleneck. So
you copied Sabrina.
I copied Sabrina.
Are you going to put it on? Oh, yes. Good.
Because I just finished binding off the last bit. And I have to say, this is so color blocked right now, because this is an old, I'm trying to use my scraps of like the colorways I used to have.
Oh yeah.
And so it'll be a little bit of a turtleneck. And these are all like my grayish scraps. And so as soon as the sweater is done, I'm dyeing the sweater.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Yeah, because it's just going to be my shadows color, which is this bottom. So it's kind of funny because you can see as like how I've grown as a dyer.
Oh, how I've grown in the breast area.
I gained some weight in my boobs.
My boobs are bigger.
But no, how I've grown as a dyer over the past few years, because I think this skein was from 2-3 years ago. And then this is my shadows color down here, and it just, I don't know where the light is. There it is. And so you can see, like, it's a tonal, but it's not this. So this is all going to be dyed to match this down here. But on the sleeves, I have a little cable texture.
Cute.
It's going to be going down. And yeah, it's just a little bit more of a turtleneck. I bought skirts to wear with it.
You're designing.
I already accessorized. But essentially it's going to look like this because I'm wearing a black shirt underneath.
That's really cute.
I did not plan that, people. But like my Spellman sweater, it's going to be negative ease a little bit on the arms. And the body is going to be a little bit more negative ease than the Spellman sweater. And it'll just go down to about 4 inches below the actual hip bone. And I'm just thrilled. I actually love how it's hugging my neck so much right now.
It's really nice.
I bought a wig for the photo shoot.
Blonde? Like Sabrina? That's so funny. That's great.
Thanks. But yeah, it's a top-down raglan. It's really basic. If you knit the Spellman sweater, this is pretty much the next step. or this is probably the beginner step to the Spellman.
I'm like
the baubles.
The baubles and the cables.
The baubles and the cable. And then this one has more of an antler style cable going down. But it's going to go down the entire arm. Yeah, it's just a little bit of a delicate addition to it. It's going to be long sleeved and it's going to be longer, not cropped. So I feel like more people will want to knit it since it won't be cropped. But you can still do it either.
You can do whatever you want. Yeah.
So I'm going to be wearing it tucked into skirts. Because I got a high-waisted,
I'm so old.
Mustard yellow, corduroy, button-up skirt.
Wow.
So excited. But yeah, so this is going to be Agatha. So I Prudence, Agatha, Spellman, and I'm probably going to do, the only thing is that I hate this name, but do a Dorcas-inspired one. Because Dorcas is an old-fashioned name.
Yeah.
But it just also sounds like what I was called when I was in 3rd grade.
It's what they call a whale's penis, too.
Yeah, a Dorcas.
Yes.
Or a dork.
But that's, I mean,
so
it's
I don't know if I'm going to name it Dorcas, but yeah.
Yeah, a lot. Right. There's still people that are named that. I mean, it's an old-fashioned name.
It's a really cool old-fashioned name. But
yeah. I knew somebody with that name.
Really?
Back when I was little. One of my mom's
grandma's. Yeah. I was going to say it had to have been
was named Dorcas. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the next one that will probably be released. Because I want to get it. That one will probably actually be March, and this one will probably be more closer to April that I'm working on right now. Just depending, but okay, I moved my chair over.
You're so close.
Sorry. Okay.
What else do we have to tell people about?
I finished a sweater.
Yeah. Did I talk about this sweater at all on the last podcast?
Oh my gosh, you haven't finished it. You hadn't finished it.
I don't think I had finished. I don't know, but I might have shown it. But
I'm working on it still.
I'm finished. This is my Mycroft sweater by Isabel Kramer, and I love it.
It turned out so good on you.
I finished it literally at Rhinebeck.
I know. Didn't you bring a steamer?
Did I bring the steamer? I think I did.
I think you did.
I think I did bring the steamer.
Yeah, I got us a travel steamer.
That I could.
It's like this
That's
big.
Nice. That's going to be so nice. Because that's a great way to block things quickly.
Oh, yes.
Quick like. So this is the Mycroft sweater by Isabel Kramer. And I had a piece of hair on me. And I made this in my Fall Frolic collection, which was mostly browns and tans. But her pattern is not faded. I decided to fade it like my Comfort Fade Cardi with the same kind of, I used 5 colors instead of 4, but the same kind of pattern.
Fade,
so,
repeat,
yes,
whatever.
I don't know if you'll be able to see it all. But
I think you can.
I'll step back here. And
I think it's so cute.
The pattern uses more of like a worsted weight. And this is DK, but I got gauge.
And this is the one that you test knit for her originally.
I originally test knit this for her. And the bottom is hard to see, but there's the bottom. You
changed the bottom on this,
It's kind of stretched out. No, it's the same pattern. I just made it a little bit longer.
Okay.
It's so comfortable. I wore it at Rhinebeck, so I love how it turned out. And I used my sassafras color. No, I used potting soil, sassafras.
I love
then
this
maple
color so much.
was right here. And then I used acorn. And did I just use? Oh no, oak is the orange, like the light orange, and then acorn has the pops of orange in it. And it didn't. I mean, there was a couple spots that it looked a little stripey from the color changes, but I don't care.
I love it. I think it's so cute.
I love how it turned out. And I was very happy.
That is one thing I always tell people about Isabel Kramer. If people ask me, I love sweaters, but I would always be worried about how it would fit me and stuff. Her sweaters fit so well.
They do. I've made 4 or 5 of her sweater designs, and sometimes you have to make them a little longer.
Yes.
Because she's shorter like us, you know, so I mean, just make them I just add a few inches sometimes onto the design. It's not a big deal on the stockinette area, and then start your ribbing or whatever.
But how the chest and the yoke
typically
fit,
fits really
they fit
nicely.
So well.
I think they do.
I really love her design.
I didn't alter this one at all on anything except for how I faded, and I made it a little bit longer in the sleeves.
Well, because you wanted it to be.
Yeah, I wanted it to
roll
be.
it up.
I wanted it. Well, I don't. I just wanted it to be long.
That's what I mean. Roll it down over your.
Yeah, I just
hands.
wanted to be able to pull it down over my hands and have it longer. Super happy with it.
So easy pattern to read and everything. Let's talk about my finished object.
Not as easy.
I'm going to say right now, not as easy. because I have not knit like a Scandinavian type pattern before.
Yeah.
They're written a little bit differently.
Because they're born with the knowledge already.
Yeah, it's already ingrained in there. But I had some issues just with that. The pattern I knit was the Nutcracker pullover.
It's really cute.
And it's by Fable Knitwear. And it's really cute. And I love the finished product. I did change quite a few things on it.
When you told me, when I looked on your Instagram at the picture of it, when you told me you attach the sleeves, you make the sleeves separate, right?
It's a bottom-up sweater.
But then you make the sleeves?
Then you do the sleeves separately, and then you join it in the yoke.
I've done one like that.
There's a lot of tin can knit patterns like that. One of the patterns I have designed,
mine's
was my Edinburgh one.
Mine's a Pearl Soho one.
Yeah, so there's a couple things that were different. It's fine.
Which
I need to renew my auto
insurance
thing. Apparently, so says telemarketers. So some of the issues that, like, some things I wasn't used to was that I got the cast on count for the sleeves and the body, and that was it. There are no more numbers in the entire pattern like that. And so you kind of had to
Did it just
pay
say,
attention.
like, increase evenly until you get to this many stitches or anything like that? It didn't tell you how to increase? Or
it didn't tell you how many stitches you'd end up with.
Really?
It would tell you how many repeats to do, but, like, checking your own math and figuring that stuff out, and then, like, putting the sleeves on, and then it doesn't give you an end count when you get to the neck.
Really?
Actually, the yoke is the thing I had the hardest part with. Like, this was an enjoyable, I don't want to deter anyone off of it. It's not a beginner pattern in any sense. It may look like I'll show you the sweater. It may look like it's so cute.
It's very cute.
It may look like a beginner sweater because there's not a lot of, like, cables or anything on it, but it is bottom up. And the way that the instructions are written, you really need to know what you're doing to begin with. The only issue I had was at the yoke part after I attached the sleeves, was that it showed you how to do the decreases, and then it didn't tell you how many times to do it.
And it didn't tell you what you needed to end up with.
No, because this is actually, I'm going to put it on, because this is supposed to be a poofy sweater. Like the arms,
like the Sunday sweater that I made.
The Sunday sweater, yes. I didn't like how in my DK it was turning out. I don't think that I'm wearing a lot of, okay, good, and didn't get stuck on my bobby pins. That was amazing.
Wow.
In my DK, I don't think it would lay as well with poofy sleeves. And so I actually knit both of the sleeves, and then I'm like, I don't like this. And I took it out, and I re-knit the sleeves.
It's cute, though.
I think it's so cute. I knit it for a sample for my trunk show this weekend.
Very
and
nice.
It's in my Nettles color. So, see, I've had it longer.
The one that you copied me
to knit
on?
an entire pattern on.
That I named yesterday.
That you named yesterday.
Yeah.
Makes my boobs look a little weird.
No, it doesn't.
This lighting.
No, it doesn't.
No? Okay.
No, it's very flattering.
So,
I like it.
When you get to the yoke part, when you attach it, she gives you instructions on how to finish poofing up here. And she gives great instructions on that, but she also gives how to decrease, but she doesn't tell you how many rows to do it, like every other row, every other row. So how I read it was a lot different, and it would have been like every 4 rows I would have decreased.
And it wouldn't have
You don't
worked.
do that. You do it every other row, or at least that's what I did.
So
you do like a knit row, and then you do a raglan decrease, a knit row and a raglan decrease. If you are still doing the poof sleeves with it, you incorporate the poof sleeves into that equation. But again, I did a lot of things differently. This seems more like... Could you
start with up here and do your sleeves down? Instead of doing them... Because you do them from cuff up and then...
Well, you do this part bottom up too.
Right, but then you end... Or do you attach it... Oh, you attach it here.
You attach it here.
You don't go all the way up and finish it.
And then you do a raglan decrease.
Ah, yeah.
And I've done a couple sweaters
and
like that.
And that might have been how that one I made. I don't remember. It's been so long. It was my first one of my first sweaters.
But I think it's super cute, and it's going to go over dresses, and I really love it.
It's even cute like that, over that. It is.
I figured Philodor. I love the baubles on the sleeves, of course. It
cute.
reminds me
They're
a lot of the
baubles.
Spellman. But yeah, so the sleeves are supposed to be poofed out. And again, with my DK, I did not enjoy that, which says nothing about the pattern. It's really adorable, really cute, and it's Fable Knitwear. She's a great designer. I actually just purchased like 8 of her patterns because she has a very fun vintage feel.
Oh, fun.
But they are not beginner patterns. And if you have questions, read the notes from previous people. Okay. It seems like a couple people had some issues with figuring out the raglan decreases. So I will be making a project page specifically for this pattern, because I know I kind of struggled a little bit with it, but it feels more like it's a greatly written recipe. Maybe not necessarily a pattern that you follow step by step.
It's an outline of how to kind of get to where you need to go, but doesn't give you all the doesn't fill it in. Doesn't give you the details.
Doesn't give you as many of the details. And I've seen this sweater knit from a couple people. One girl wore hers to Edinburgh this last year.
So does it look a lot different? I mean, does everybody's turn out a little different looking?
No, they've all turned out pretty much the same. But I think with this being my first Scandinavian type written pattern, I was a little confused. I figured it out, and I'm sure a lot of people out there will and have. But I would definitely look at the notes just in case you get stuck.
That one that I knit for Chelsea's baby, it's a Scandinavian little baby dress.
Yes.
But it's it's one of those...
Little jumper.
They call it something. It's like a bunting almost. It goes down. It's supposed to cover their feet for babies. Although Lily's wearing it now and she's 2. And it fits her.
Oh my God.
But that was a little bit more of it was a Norwegian pattern, and it was written in a way that it assumed you already knew a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
And I didn't. So, I mean, once you sit down and you look at it, look at the counts and the charts, and then you can kind of figure it out. But I do remember having to wing a little bit of it.
Yeah.
But it did turn out good. It was very well done.
Oh yeah, and I'm very happy with the sweater.
It's very cute.
I think it's going to be a great sample, and I think it looks cute on everyone I've seen it on. But
cute.
It's not your first sweater pattern, generally.
Jeez. Yeah.
That would be difficult.
Maybe not even your second, it sounds
Maybe
like.
Not. Yeah. Because, that took a couple times of me just rereading the instructions 8 times, being like, no, I'm reading this right. I don't know what's going on. But figured it out. Beautiful. Love it.
No, it's pretty.
And then I have my next patterns picked out.
To make.
Did you see what was the pattern I was just telling you about? The new pattern that just came out today?
But the one that I saw on Spun Right Round's page. Yeah, and it's a sorrel. It's a faded.
Who's it by?
A faded sweater that's beautiful. I know Spun Right Round has a sample knit up in a green with pops of color that's gorgeous.
Yeah, and it's by Wool and Pine.
It's so pretty.
So pretty, but I just picked out a fade for it, and I was going to show you guys.
Because you're going to make it?
I'm going to make it. I might wind it up before I leave here. So I can take it with me on my trip.
Yeah.
And I did pick out my Spellman colors for the Spellman sweater along that I'm doing. Spellman Sweater Cal 2020 on Instagram on Ravelry. But you should make the sorrel sweater with me too.
Well, I have other things I'm going to be making, so...
Like your sweater you're designing?
Well, this sweater, and then I have some other ideas, so I would love to make it, because it's very cute. Mm-hmm. I might put together some kits for it. One thing, I do want to announce some shop-related news if I can.
Yeah.
I'm just switching over bases. I'm not switching over. I'm adding some bases. I'm trying to get in some non-superwash bases that are... good quality, and the ones that I've gotten, I've sold a bunch of them, and people love them. So anyway, watch for that, because I'm going to be I have DK coming.
Oh, nice.
In the non-superwash 100% 4-ply, and then I also have the 1-ply, which I love so much. And then the Polwarth. I really like the Polwarth, which is a blend of merino and Lincoln wool, 75% merino, 25% Lincoln. So it's bouncy and soft, but it's more durable
and it's,
feeling. It's not scratchy at all.
No, it's not scratchy. So
it's almost feels like
sticky.
It almost feels like a cotton feel.
As you knit it sticks to the yarn. It doesn't stick to your hands. But
no. But I've been researching other yarn types. There's some that I might stop carrying.
I've been looking at
bulky. Mine. I might not. I mean, I haven't even hardly put the bulky out this year. And the Aran weight, it just, I know there's people out there that love Aran and bulky, but for a yarn dyer, if you don't sell a lot of it, it's not really worth keeping in stock. So I might not have those heavier bases. So
Okay.
Anyway, but I'm just researching, but I'm loving the non-superwash. And you guys, don't be afraid of it.
It's so nice to knit with.
Don't be afraid of it. I mean, how often do you really machine wash your sweaters and stuff?
The answer should be never.
I never machine wash my sweaters. I always hand wash. And
if you hand wash your sweaters, then you should be fine.
Right. And if you wear a sweater that's made out of non-superwash over like a shirt, long sleeve shirt or a short, whatever, you shouldn't have to wash it every time you wear it. You know?
It's an outer layer.
Yeah. So just keep that in mind. And it's really good for color work because it's stickier.
Yes. Yeah. And I heard a lot of weavers like it too. And I want to show you guys the sorrel.
Go to... Oh, did you find it?
Uh-huh.
It's so pretty. And those colors are gorgeous.
Yeah, it is beautiful. And it has the top in it, just the yoke, its design. It looks like a lot of slip stitches. I haven't looked too much at it just yet.
I swear it looks like it's held double.
I think it might...
Is it held double?
I don't know. Well, no, it's held with mohair.
I know, but it looks like it's 2 strands of fingering weight. But maybe
it says yarn held together, fingering plus lace, so it makes it into like a DK.
It's really gorgeous.
It's really pretty. So I think I picked out my colors for it, and I just wanted to show you guys so that I have some accountability of getting it done. And these are some of my new colors, anyways. I wanted to quickly just show off with this because I wanted to knit something in my new colors, and I really like these. And I think that was the order.
Oh, those are dark and gloomy.
I
like them.
I love it so much. And it's going to be held with this mohair, which is my solstice color.
Pretty. That's going to be pretty.
Or actually, I might do that, or I might hold it with the nettles.
Ooh, that'll lighten it up.
To pull out the... I think that would be really cool. So I have Lallybroch from my Outlander collection. And then it goes into... That is incorrect. What am I doing? What? I don't know. Actually, I might do that. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do that. So Lallybroch will go into, this is Pool of Starlight. This is my brand new color from my A Court of Thorns and Roses collection. It's so saturated.
I like it. I know, it's really
deep.
Dark and deep.
Yeah, so
it's hard to see all the different variegations.
Yeah, there's a lot of tones in there. And then it'll go into, this is Cursed, which is a lot more of the blues tone and purples. And then go into my solstice color.
It's really pretty.
This is, these are 2 Sabrina colors.
Pretty.
Yeah, so remind me that I'm doing that.
And you're the boss of you.
And then I thought I picked out my Spellman sweater, but I'm second guessing it again.
You are?
Yeah, I'm not going to show that because I don't know that I'm doing that yet.
Okay.
But I'm excited. I really want to wind those up very soon. And then eventually I'll probably make some kits with it, but
not just that's great.
Yeah. So I really love that pattern, and I've seen a lot of people making combos and coming up with things to do with it today.
Yeah, because it just was released today.
It was released today, yeah.
I saw it last week, I think, on Renee's page, on Spun Right Round's page.
Yeah, there's a couple of people that we know that have been test knitting it, actually, and I've been dying.
Yeah, and I think she might have just made that sweater. Did she just make one of those? Maybe not. Maybe it was a different cropped sweater. I saw on her page, Renee Spun Right Round.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it might be, actually.
It was really cute. It was green, too.
Oh, it's so gorgeous. Pretty. And I'm all about the greens and the blues right now. It's driving me crazy.
I love greens and blues. I dye a lot. I mean, look at all the greens in my colors out in there.
And the golds.
And the golds, I do.
I know, you have a lot of greens, and I love it with your earth tones collection. You have a lot of I
do have a lot of green.
The blues and the greens, and I love it.
Yep. But do you have any other stuff? I think that's all I have.
No, I think that might be it. What do you mean, all we have?
I mean, that's all. We
haven't been doing anything.
Nothing. But I do have a socks box that I should put a plug in for. And it's a quarterly box. And it's basically sock yarn and a contrasting mini and a sock pattern. And it's going to be coming out. Sign-ups are on my page right now through March 31st. And then I'll be sending them out middle of April. I figure quarterly, it's all about me. Because I just did a monthly box for a shawl, and that was too much.
Oh, yeah.
I decided I'm not doing it monthly anymore. It turned out so good.
Oh, my gosh. And I want you guys to see it.
If I did it monthly, all I would be doing is knitting for that one thing.
I know.
That one mystery thing. So I hope everybody loves it.
Your sock patterns are so pretty. So
thank you. I have some more that I am going to release that I have designed.
Good.
So those will be coming up soon. But that's all I have today.
I think that's it for me too.
Crickets. You can see the circle light in my eye.
I know.
We have a light on in here.
We do.
Because it's dark.
But yeah, I think we blathered on all at the very beginning.
I know, now we're both...
We're just like, wait.
We have nothing else to say.
Well, we haven't podcasted in 4 months, and so it was a little confusing. It's okay. Yeah. We're getting our footing. Yeah. I know we both have some really fun things coming up, like design-wise, color-wise, collections-wise.
And we apologize that we don't podcast as often, but
it's just been getting crazy. You guys are keeping us so busy, and I love it. And
yes, thank you so much for all your support.
Such a passionate life, and you guys fun. Really are just, you add so much to it.
It's been great.
And then we just get so excited. We come up with new ideas, and then you guys get excited too, and so we just jump in with those ideas, and it's been hard to podcast. But
well, last year we traveled so much, and this year you're going to be traveling a lot more than I am. Mm-hmm. I've decided to just go to some shows, stay home. I'm a homebody.
I know.
And it's fine. I haven't told you guys that before. I enjoy being at home. Like I really
even
enjoy.
Your studio's at home.
And it's not like I just sit around doing nothing.
No.
If I'm not dyeing yarn, I'm organizing my yarn. I'm photographing. I love my most recent photos. I have loved so much. The lighting has just been just right to do them on my kitchen table.
Oh yeah, it's that time of the year when you're gonna get that good morning light again.
It's actually the afternoon light. The sunset light is so good. So I've been doing that. I've been doing my inventory. I put some things on sale, because I have some new colors in my mind that I want to do. So it's been fun. I don't get bored.
Yeah.
Plenty to do out here.
Exactly.
Jeez, and you have your new house.
I have my new house that
we had Thanksgiving at, which was a lot of fun.
Okay. I have to tell you guys, okay, this is somewhat related. But with my new house, me and Eric have been joking a ton about, it's totally haunted, or no, it's not haunted. And since we moved in, because we know it's only had one family ever live there, like they built it, the parents who built it essentially died in that house. Like it's just been but it's filled Mohair no
Mohair alert.
Trysten's hair. But it's filled with such positive energy. Like it's always felt comfortable. And so I've never been worried. And then Eric and I started listening / watching this YouTube podcast. It's also on iTunes. It's called Scared to Death. It's a husband and wife. And it's so funny.
Are they the guys that jump out and scare each other?
No.
Oh.
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
No, but we've been watching it together instead because her reactions are hilarious. And he's a comedian, and he tells her, like, these scary stories. Like, he'll find creepypastas. They'll be themed. And so there's a Black Eyed Kids episode.
That one, I don't get scared very easily. And that story.
Black Eyed Kids are
on
terrifying.
Astonishing Legends, that was the only episode on that podcast that I was like, I need to turn this off.
Oh, I know. You were talking about it for like months after. I was in this
room winding yarn or doing something, and I'm like, I had to turn it off. And Vaughn was home.
Yeah.
I was just like, the music, the sound effects.
And that's what's great about these guys. They do have sound effects, too.
Hello. Can I come in and use your phone?
They always ask to
and they're like these little kid boys.
Hello.
Is your mommy home? Like,
a little kid's gonna ask you if your mommy's home. I think you did that a little bit in reverse.
No,
the kid asked the person.
The person would, because that's what makes it such a creepy story. It's almost like it's a grown up in this.
It is essentially. Yes, it's a freaking demon. Anyway, sorry guys. But so we're watching this podcast, and we're a couple episodes in, and it's just so funny because she is terrified of everything. And now at this point, we're like 6 episodes in, and now on their table that you're watching them, they have like sage going, they have an EVP thing going, they have like something to monitor the heat in the room, because they're always like, I feel like it got so cold now.
That's good that they have that, because
they're monitoring it and watching it and stuff. Yeah. And
if that's
she just keeps like, our son's bedroom's haunted. We know it's haunted and like all this stuff. And he goes out of town a lot, and she has dogs, and the dogs freak her out because they see things that aren't there. And so they got onto the Black Eyed Kids episode, and I go upstairs, and it's like all hot inside, warm, toasty, and it's freezing outside. And I go past our kitchen full-length window that the dogs go in and out of the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And I look over, and it's just all fogged up, and there's this little handprint right there on the window. And I put my hand next to it. I'm just like, are you kidding me? And I call Eric up. I'm like,
It's probably Aiden.
I know, and that's why I was telling myself, I'm like, I bet it was Aiden. And then I washed the window, and all the fog, like, came off it and stuff. And I'm like, okay, it's gone. The next day it was there again. And I was losing my mind. I'm like, okay, there's black-eyed kids.
It's hard to get the handprints off of windows.
No, I scrubbed. Like, I was like, okay, we're good to go. And come to find out, Eric and I looked again, and the handprints are on the outside.
Oh, my God.
And so I was freaking out. And
Trysten.
But now...
Trysten. That never even crossed your mind?
No! And there's no way in hell I was going to go outside and see if the black-eyed kids were there just pressing their stuff against the milk.
She's like... It will come on.
Oh my God. And so I was thinking, I'm like, okay, either a kid's just kind of coming up there and putting his hand on the window.
And then he's running around the corner like this against the wall. Here she comes. It's
like a demon raccoon or something. But I was freaking out that night. I'm like, Eric, you have to tell. You see this, right? And he's like, yeah, that's really creepy. I'm like, I bet you anything is just Aiden. When we first moved into the house, maybe he touched the window or something.
Or trick-or-treaters.
In my back? On my deck?
Or, creepy black-eyed children.
That's what I'm saying. There's probably creepy black-eyed children out on my deck. Or rabid
children. Raccoons?
Raccoons or something.
Watch this. Do they have little claw marks?
It's like a cat when they like knock something off the counter. It's just this raccoon coming in trying to be a dick and be like, and run away.
But I've lived here 2.5 years, and I noticed the other day in my dishwasher when you put the door down.
I'm like, there's a raccoon.
There's a little baby footprint.
Are you kidding me?
Never noticed it.
No.
And that you're washing dishes, so there's like water and soap going.
Maybe it was burned in there by a demon
child. And I'm
like,
I don't have any little children.
Why are people putting kids in the dishwasher?
Kids like to do things like that, like stand on dryer doors when they open out this way.
Oh my God,
kids
that was
will
me,
climb
huh?
up. The kids will climb up on things like dishwashers.
Yeah.
Dishwasher doors, to get to the counter.
It's the monkey in us.
Seriously, and so there's this little baby footprint in there, and
I'm
like, I never noticed that before. And
like,
why is it still there if the dishwasher's been going for 2.5 years? Like literally, I do dishes.
I don't think your dishes are getting very clean.
I use my dishwasher 3 to 4 times a week, and it's just me and Vaughn.
Yeah.
But we use real dishes, and I cook almost every meal for us.
Yeah.
So
which is very impressive.
It really is impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Seriously. I mean, it's nothing fancy. Hey, you want French toast for dinner? Okay, let's do it. You want a grilled cheese sandwich? Yeah, it's nothing major. I mean, I do some major things, but nothing major, usually. But anyway.
But yeah, so that's a fear that I've been having recently. That's a podcast I do recommend. They do swear a lot because, when you get scared, that girl is freaking out.
I don't even know what I say when I get scared.
I say my favorite curse words. Or I yell at things and be like, no, don't do that. But she actually has... It's kind of funny, actually, because we'll be watching it, and he'll be telling the story, and I'll have almost the exact same word-for-word reactions that she does at the exact same time. So we're pretty much the same person.
Not like me, who the one time I had anything happen that looked or smelled like something that was paranormal, and I'm like, you are not welcome here. I was like screaming, get the F out of my house.
Gosh, what was this? What was this?
It was in the duplex. And it was nothing. It was me
that did it.
The last duplex? My duplex, the one that I lived in with the girls after you moved out.
Yeah, okay.
And you open the bathroom door.
Downstairs?
But behind the bathroom door upstairs was the door that closed to the towel thing. So you would open one and then you'd have to close the door.
Did you yell at the door?
So I remember I walked out of the bathroom and all of a sudden I hear the door go, ear, and I'm like, I turn around, I'm like, oh, hell no. You're not welcome here. Get the F out of my house. If you're a spirit or a demon or some of that bullshit, get out of my house. And I was like, it was almost as if I was defending a child of mine. Like,
okay,
so like I did at the craft fair, remember?
Yeah. Oh my God. Penis guy.
Did we tell you that story?
Oh my God.
I got exposed to
by a guy. I didn't see anything unless I just had a trauma blockage.
At a craft, I call it a craft fair. It wasn't like a fiber
festival. I'm a little traumatized though because he was touching my fingerless gloves.
Yeah,
and
I went into mom mode when I saw him lift his shirt, and I was like, you need to get, did I swear? You need to get the F out of here.
And that's why I looked at you like all astonished. I'm like, Mom, that's not really good customer service.
She's like, he's just looking at my mittens. What are you yelling
like, no,
at
he's
him?
trying to put your mitten on his penis.
I'm like, no, he needs to go. And I'm like, you need to get out of here right now. Turn around. And I was like, and thank goodness there was a police officer that was there that was off duty, and he went after him.
I had to go to court. A lot of mental health issues.
He did. But
living in a chicken coop.
It's one of those moments where when people say, "Are you a fighter or a flight?"
I'm a fighter.
I'm a fighter.
I'm
not a flight. I'm a fight. I may not be physical, but I'm a yell, get at. Oh hell no, you're not doing that.
And you really don't know until like
until you're put in
that position. And I found that at the girls' home I worked at. I found out really fast.
I'm
a fighter.
Yeah.
In those adrenaline moments, I am a look at every scenario that could happen and stop every single one of those.
Well, that brings me to another point.
Yes.
All your senses get heightened when you are under anxiety. That's why I have a hard time believing in ghosts.
And that's why I had to leave that place because it just ended up me always...
You were on high alert all the time.
I was on high alert 24/7.
But speaking of like the whole paranormal side, when people are like if you watch a scary movie and you turn off the scary...
You're going to hear more things
all of a sudden you're like, and then I heard noises.
I thought there was a mouse in my house the other night, and I like jolted awake. And it was just a little piece of paper, because we have a fan in our room going for white noise. Yeah. And it was a little piece of paper, but I could have sworn I heard little micey mice like making talking nests to each other.
Yeah, they were.
Like, no, it was a little piece of paper. But
it was
plans. Because I was freaking out because I thought I heard something.
And then your senses get heightened.
And then I heard everything.
Then you start hearing everything. And it's
yeah.
I think
absolutely.
It makes so much. When I learned that made so much sense to me. They're like your sense of smell gets better. Your hearing gets better.
Oh yeah, it's a survival thing.
It is. Your eyes dilate, and you
see everything.
Yes, like when you're playing with your cat, and all of a sudden their eyes go black.
They are ready for you, like a freaking shark. They're ready for you.
Yeah,
and that's why sharks are so creepy, because they're always looking.
Because their eyes are always dilated.
They're always trying to find something.
They're always looking for danger. How do you get on sharks? No, I don't like sharks.
God, I hate sharks. I have galeophobia. I literally, I can't look at shark pictures.
Do I have
And
those?
Eric thinks it's hilarious to watch shark movies with me, because sometimes you like getting scared. But he made me watch The Meg.
I don't know that.
The Megalodon movie that just came out last year.
Oh, it's so lame. It's so fake. Even watching Jaws now, it's like... He comes out of the water.
Okay, but...
It's all computerized or mechanized.
Madagascar 2.
Okay.
Had a shark jumping out of a cave that wasn't even in water. I screamed in the theater and children were laughing at me. I can't.
What about Sharknado when people jump out of their bellies?
Okay.
Sharknado.
The day that we watched Sharknado.
Part of one.
I think we have two of them. And we watched those back to back on a weekend one day, 3 years ago. And I remember we just ordered Chinese food, and then Eric took the dogs outside to go to the bathroom, and he came running back in, and he's like, "You gotta see this." And it was storming outside, and there's no fucking way I'm going outside, and there's gonna be a Sharknado. I'm not doing that. And then he took me outside, and it looked like there was a freaking tornado!
You see a black-eyed kid coming with a shark on its finger.
I was like, what do you got?
It's like your worst nightmares.
And the Sharknado was so stupid, because it was like the sharks were coming out of lockers and
then people jump out of their lunchbox stomachs and they're still alive. Oh, hey, Rob Lowe or whoever you are.
But I had a little mini panic attack, because it looked like over our apartment there was a little tornado starting, but really it was just really windy and stormy.
We've had some storms.
But I'm like, no, we are not doing this today. No. So
have you read any good books lately?
I'm in the middle. Okay, I keep going back to Accordance and Roses, yeah. But I had just finished. Oh my God. Okay, Cassandra Clare has 1.5 million books that are the Mortal Instruments.
And I haven't read them all.
I don't think you could in your lifetime, really.
She's got a lot of them.
And they're all in the same universe. Yeah, they're all in the same universe. Mm-hmm. I just finished my very last one. There's 21 of them. And I was listening to them on audio. And
that's a lot of work.
Yeah. That was the last,
How does somebody have that much imagination to think of? That's pretty intricate.
Well, she comes up with really good characters, and they're very in-depth, and...
She's clearly on cocaine.
I think so.
Clearly on cocaine.
Clearly.
Because otherwise, how could you do that?
I don't know.
I don't
and
know.
she came out with them within the span of like 10 years.
Not that I would know.
Together.
I've never had cocaine.
You sure, Mom?
But from what I understand...
Do you have a gauge meter for that?
From what I understand, it heightens you stay awake longer. You think more clearly. You're like this. You're smarter.
We're not trying to sell you cocaine.
You know what? Okay, speaking of smarter though,
what?
That's how they learned what Adderall did. Is they did studies on people that were on meth to prove that you're dumber when you're on amphetamines than you are when you're not. And they gave them all these hard math problems. The people on meth were like, I know the answer to all these. They were like, we're done.
Again, we are not promoting meth.
We're not promoting meth, but that's...
Or cocaine.
Then they were like, well, I wonder what would happen if we, changed the formula a little bit and made, just gave people a slight amount. Well, they found that people were actually more alert on it. God, I sound like I'm trying to get you to take drugs.
Are you a drug rep now?
Just have a cup of coffee. It probably does the same thing.
True.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
No, so that's what I've been listening to. And
okay. How did we get on drugs?
You asked me about books.
Yes.
And then you accused someone of being on cocaine.
Pretty much. Cassandra Clare.
She is so talented. And I love the universe that she created for the Mortal Instruments. But I finally got off of that. And it was such a letdown. Like, after you get off a series, you're just like...
Now what?
And it was so intense, and there's so many. So I jumped back into A Court of Thorns and Roses. It feels like I'm listening to it again for the first time. Okay, I love it.
Her first book I tried to listen to on audio, and I didn't like the reader.
Okay.
But I have figured out a way to get around that.
What?
For all of you Audible-ites, because I'm an Audible-ite, I listen to Audible so often.
The more consecutive books in a series, the
happier
I am.
You do with Audible?
Yes.
You turn up the speed. If it's a slow reader, turn up the speed to like 1.25 or something. And I remember that person reading it sounding like, and then, oh my God, she went and
See, I don't remember
really slow,
any of that.
And I was just
and
like,
it was a guy.
I can't. Okay, there's probably different versions then. This was a while ago. When it first came out, when the first 3 books came out.
Okay. Yeah, I think they got a different reader then. Because it's a guy and he's really good.
I still have him on my Audible, so I might just turn up the volume and then she might sound like a grown-up that talks faster. But it's a good way to get through books.
Right. I think it was a girl.
It's a good way to get through books faster.
It is.
And it might change, like Harry Potter books would be, he talks a little bit crisp and fast already, so I don't know if I would recommend it if it's a crisp, fast reader
person,
or not even a fast, but somebody who talks very crisp and then it might sound weird. But if it's a droning person, which I've had books,
and I did have 2 more that I wanted to recommend, and then I gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta go.
I have stuff I'm doing today.
This sweater's gonna be a dress by the time you leave.
I know, seriously.
I'm just knitting in a circle and keeping going. I don't know where I'm at on it.
Oh my gosh, I've scrolled down like 4 times in my Audible just to get out of that series.
I want to show one thing really fast.
Okay.
Go ahead and tell your book.
Sorcery of Thorns and Enchantment of Ravens. They're both by Margaret Rogerson, and they are appropriate to listen around children, which is good.
Oh, that's boring.
But they're one-book wonders, and I didn't know that.
Okay.
I was really pissed. So I'm like, oh, the story's over. They were both really, really well-written, kind of fairy tale, magic-y. I really liked Sorcery of Thorns more, but they're both really, really good. So check those out on Audible. And what were you going to check?
I'm not going to shut.
Okay.
I think we'll wrap things up now. Okay. But we appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
Boy, we rambled this last half hour. But
I think we rambled the entire time a little bit.
You're welcome. So we will try to podcast again in a month or 2. We don't know how often. Mm-hmm. Depends on what we're doing.
But if you're going to be in California this weekend, I hope to see you in my trunk show. I'm so excited. I have a lot of my new colors going with me. And then if not, hopefully we'll see you at Stitches West.
Yes.
And if not, hopefully we'll see you at Maryland.
If not, we just will never see you.
No. Unless you go to Rhinebeck.
Rhinebeck or something. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching. And we will see you whenever. I don't know.
We'll see you
when we see you.
We'll see you around.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye.